Welcome to Filmcar. My name is Shashank, and I'm here to just share a few random thoughts I had while I watched this latest film called All We Imagine as Light. The film was quite interesting because this is, I think, one of the first films where I couldn't make out whether I actually liked the film or I didn't, which is pretty strange experience because I usually know when I walk out of the theater, I walk out with a certain feeling, but this was quite interesting. Anyway, so coming to the film, yeah, the film is about not three nurses, but two nurses and a cook who works in a hospital. It's about their friendship, the womanhood, the sisterhood, and how they find their place with where they are in life. It's a journey. It's a slice of life kind of a film. Yeah. So, but let me talk about the specifics and probably about what really attracted me or what I really liked about the film. The film is shot in a very beautiful manner, like the kind of cinematography that I haven't seen in recent days. The texture, you can almost feel the texture of the frame. That's how beautiful the film is. It's like a painting. It's like a visual poetry almost. So that I really enjoyed about the film. Specifically talking about the scenes, like the film opens to a morning in Bombay. It is a market street where you hear intimate personal testimonials of people talking about the city and their lives, and the harsh relenting city that Bombay is, and how it's about, they're talking about survival. Like a man talks about how he ran away from his house after he fought with his father. There's a woman talking about abortion, where she had to abort her pregnant child because she got a job as a maid. These kind of testimonials are what we hear as the film begins, while you see this blurry imagery of the street with the city lights and the vehicle lights, and the kind of cinematography that I personally resonate with, because I have also shot shots like that of, I enjoy city lights, and a lot of people enjoy shooting city lights and the vehicle lights and just the raw imagery of a city while you're walking on a street, the radiant neon lights. You get what I'm saying, you get the jazz. So the cinematography of the film, I thought was like, brilliant, and that was the highlight about the film, definitely. And talking ahead, like, there were many themes that were explored in the film. Like, the film is extremely political in nature, even though it's very simple in its demeanor. About, it's about three nurses who are trying to find their place in life. It's like a very slice of life film, but it has a lot of politics in it. The filmmaker is quite provocative as well, I would say that, because like talking about specific scenes and specific relations in the film between characters. You see the relationship between Anu and Shiaz. Anu is this young girl who's working as a nurse, who stays as a roommate with Prabha, who's the head nurse, who's the elder woman, like a elder sister. And she's this young woman who kind of sneaks out post work to meet this boyfriend of hers called Shiaz, who's a Muslim boy. And the fact that is Muslim is also very important, because she tries to make her own political commentary through it, through their relationship. There's a lot of political commentary that happens through the relationship. Like, for example, you see in the relationship between Anu and Shiaz, um, Anu is the dominant character. She's the dominant masculine energy in the relationship, while Shiaz is this soft, sensitive boy who's even feminine. She dominates him, not just emotionally or as a personality, but you see towards the end of the film in a lovemaking scene, she dominates him even sexually. Shiaz is almost objectified. His body is almost objectified in the film. So that's the kind of view that the filmmaker has. That's the kind of feminism she comes from. Like you see, Anu is Anu stripping her clothes off while she's changing her clothes. Like at times, at a few scenes, there's this grotesque portrayal of the female body where it's stripped of its grace and beauty that we normally perceive a female body as, so that was quite interesting. And it's radical while it's also a little disturbing and even thought provoking. That's why I call the film or the filmmaker as provocative. So apart from that, we see the politics. Like I was interested in the politics of the film, actually. Like it is anti patriarchal, anti capitalist, and yeah, it's definitely this kind of free the nipple kind of third wave feminism that comes across, as far as I can judge and I can see, which again, and um, it's really, it makes you think, because um, like this a scene that I was talking about, where the woman is seen peeing, the woman is seen washing clothes, while you see almost her hairy legs. This kind of visual, or this kind of gaze on a female body, um, is is it provokes thought. Like why would you maybe the filmmaker is trying to desensualize uh, the woman's body in cinema, like the male gaze. She's trying to kind of counter the male gaze by showing women exactly oppositely to what is normally perceived as this, this beautiful, graceful, even, yeah, I know in commercial cinema it's over sexualized, and it's almost objectifies the female body, but her counter is kind of like very provocative and very disturbing. It's a certain grotesqueness to her portrayal of the female body at times. While I have to say, the way Prabha's character, Kani Kasturi, plays this character, the main protagonist of the film, the way she is portrayed in the first introductions scene, in the first frame where we actually get introduced to her in the film, where she's standing in a local train, dressed, like a nurse. It's quite an enigmatic portrayal. So there is also this aspect where this protagonist is shown in such a beautiful, delightful manner, and then you see this portrayal of uh, of the female body. So this is what was interesting to me to think about, and hopefully, yeah, you guys might think about this too if you watch the film. And the music in the film, like when you see Anu is going to meet Shiaz, or she's waiting to meet him, and there's this certain music which I heard was composed by an Ethiopian nun, and this juxtaposition of what a nun feels towards God and what a girl feels when she is about to meet his man. That juxtaposition of Pyle was pretty interesting and fascinating. Though I just wish there were men in the film, like they're actually um, either the men in the film are either assholes, or they are just this nice pussy whip bunnies. So these are the two extremes that you see, and which again is coming from a certain view of feminism, is what I thought while I saw it. The politics, as I was talking about, the feministic, anti-capitalistic, anti-patriarchal politics in the film, is displayed in variety of scenes. Like you see Prabha being sent or gifted uh, very fancy looking cooker by her husband, who lives in Germany, who hasn't spoken to her, nor is he interested in speaking to her, but sends her this uh, cooker as a present, or whatever he's thinking about. So which is kind of like a symbol for like this patriarchal, capitalistic symbol that Payal uses, or you see this ad hoarding that Prabha and Parvati adventurously take stones, and they throw stone at this big ad hoarding, on which it is written, class is a privileged, meant for the privileged. So, and they throw a stone on the hoarding and smash it. She's kind of smashing patriarchy through that scene. This kind of political commentary is been made very subtly throughout the film, which makes it interesting. Yeah, the comment that I made, that the men in the film are either assholes or these nice bunnies, is because you see, Prabha's husband lives in Germany. She's just married a year ago, and her husband travels to Germany, and he kind of forgets about her. And you see first, you see him introduced in the film through a pressure cooker that he sends. So that's his only representation, and when she calls him back, he doesn't pick her call. Kind of brings a certain wariness to the character Prabha. You see her, there's a certain wariness in her eyes, and like, and also the same thing is happening with the character Parvati, where her long dead husband has not given her the papers of ownership of the house that they lived in for, like, 20-25 years. And because of some construction activities by the government and them trying to relocate the residents of that place, she cannot have a place, or she cannot claim a house at a different place of relocation, because she doesn't have the papers of ownership of the place. And like, this very careless man who didn't care to give his wife the property papers. This is why I said, the men in the film are either assholes or these nice bunnies. Like, Shiaz is this very shy, introverted kind of guy who is being dominated by Anu, and like, emotionally and sexually in every manner. So this kind of third wave feed the nipple kind of feminism is quite evident through the work. And that's something to be thought about, and something to be discussed about. The politics of the film is what I think the provocative nature of the film through its politics is what made it stand out at Cannes by making it win the Grand Prix award after 30 years of Indian cinema going there. So, and in case you've missed this film in the theaters, which was actually quite graciously distributed all over India by Rana Daggubati, and it was a great opportunity for everybody to witness this film. But in case you've missed it in the theaters, no need to worry, you can still catch it on Disney Hotstar from the 3rd of January. And it's definitely an interesting watch, and I would recommend it. And probably, come back to the video and comment on it what you felt about the film. And in case you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would urge you to subscribe to this as well. Thank you so much.